The Galactic Council's detention facility on Station Kepler 442 was designed to hold the most dangerous creatures in the known universe. Its reinforced titanium walls had contained everything from the acid-spitting Zeltrons of Proxima to the telepathic hunters of the Andromeda Rim. Today it held something far more concerning. A human. David sat cross-legged in his cell watching the security feed through the transparent barrier. The guards, towering Vraxian warriors with forearms and exoskeletons that could deflect plasma fire, moved with military precision through the corridors. They believed themselves apex predators. David knew better. In the cell adjacent to his, a small creature paced restlessly. Fang was barely 3 cycles old, a juvenile Carthax predator no larger than a Terran wolf pup. His species was classified as a Class 7 threat. Ambush predators with retractable claws, regenerative capabilities, and a bite force that could crush Durasteel. The Council had deemed him too dangerous to remain with his pack and too young to be terminated. So they kept him here, in limbo, waiting for a decision that might never come. David had been watching Fang for the 3 weeks since his own incarceration. The cub's crime was being born to the wrong species. David's crime was being human. The incident that led to David's imprisonment was still being investigated. A human freighter captain defending his crew from pirates shouldn't have been controversial, but David had done it too well. 17 hostile boarders neutralized in under 4 minutes with nothing but emergency equipment and his bare hands. The Council had watched the security footage 17 times. Each viewing made them more uncomfortable. Impossible, they had whispered. No species should be capable of such violence with such efficiency, but humans were. Guard Captain Threx approached Fang's cell during the evening rotation, his confidence absolute. He had served for 20 standard years without incident. Fang was just another prisoner, another animal to be processed and fed. The Vraxian opened the feeding slot without proper protocol. Perhaps he was tired. Perhaps he was careless. Perhaps he simply didn't believe a juvenile could be dangerous. Fang moved like lightning. His small jaws clamped down on Threx's primary finger, needle-sharp teeth piercing through the guard's natural armor. The Vraxian howled, yanking his hand back. Blue blood dripped onto the sterile floor. The alarm shrieked through the facility. Guards converged from 3 directions, weapons drawn, shouting over each other. Threx clutched his wounded hand, mandibles clicking in pain and fury. "Sedate it," one guard yelled. "Terminate authorization requested." Another barked into his comm unit. David stood slowly, pressing his palm against the transparent barrier. "Hey!" The guards ignored him, preparing tranquilizer rounds. Fang had retreated to the corner of his cell, ears flat, lips pulled back in a defensive snarl. He was terrified. "I said, hey!" David's voice cut through the chaos like a blade. Guard Captain Threx turned, his 3 eyes blazing with pain and anger. "Silence, human. This doesn't concern you." David's expression was calm, but something in his posture made the guards unconsciously step back. "You're lucky it wasn't me." Threx laughed, a harsh clicking sound. "Is that supposed to be a threat?" "You're contained, human, powerless. I'm stating a fact." David's voice was quiet, almost gentle. "That cub bit you because you scared him, because you were careless, because you gave him no choice." He paused, letting the words sink in. "If I had bitten you, you wouldn't have a finger. You'd have a stump, and I wouldn't have stopped there." The corridor went silent. Every guard was now focused on David. "Humans don't have claws," David continued, holding up his bare hands. "We don't have natural armor. No venom, no exoskeleton, no regeneration. We're soft, vulnerable." His eyes were cold. "So we became good at killing. Better than anything evolution ever designed. We turned it into science. Into art." Threx tried to reassert his authority. "Empty words from a caged—" "Your species hunts in packs of 4 using coordinated strikes," David interrupted, his voice still unnervingly calm. "You rely on your carapace for defense. Your reaction time is 0.83 seconds. I've been watching." He gestured to Fang's cell. "That cub bit you instinctively, defensively. If a human decided to hurt you?" David's smile didn't reach his eyes. "You'd never see it coming. We'd study you first. Learn your weaknesses, your routines, your fears. And when we moved, it would be surgical." A younger guard named Keswick spoke up, his voice uncertain. "The human is—" "Correct, Captain. Their military tactics documentation shows." "I've read their history," another guard whispered. They hunted megafauna to extinction with stones and sticks. Before they even had metallurgy, David pressed on. Fang bit you because he's scared and alone. Because you're giants to him and he has nothing but his teeth. He'll heal completely in 3 days. Your species' regeneration is impressive. He looked directly at Threx. But you want to kill him for defending himself? For being what he is? He's dangerous! Threx snapped. So am I, David said simply. So are you. So is everyone with the capacity to fight back. But being dangerous isn't a crime. Being cruel is. The guards exchanged uncertain glances. The human was technically a prisoner awaiting trial, but his words carried an uncomfortable weight. Humans had no official standing in the Galactic Council. They were too new, too unpredictable, but their reputation preceded them. David crouched down, lowering himself to appear less threatening. Let me work with him. Fang doesn't need to be sedated or terminated. He needs to understand that not everything is a threat. I can teach him that. Why would we allow that? Threx demanded, though his tone had lost its certainty. Because I'm good at understanding predators, David replied. Takes one to know one. For a long moment, no one moved. Then Fang made a small sound, something between a whimper and a growl. The cub's eyes, bright yellow and slitted, were fixed on David, not with fear, with curiosity. Guard Captain Threx looked at his bandaged finger, then at the human, then at the small predator who had humiliated him. His pride warred with his pragmatism. Finally, he clicked his mandibles in resignation. Approved. Temporarily, but any incident... There won't be, David said. As the guards dispersed, David remained at his barrier watching Fang. The cub had stopped snarling. Slowly, cautiously, he approached the side of his cell nearest to David's. Two predators, separated by transparent walls, studied each other. One was small, dangerous by nature. The other was human, dangerous by choice. And in that moment, perhaps Fang understood what the galaxy was still learning. Sometimes the most dangerous predator was the one who chose mercy.